As this footage shows, I'm on a bit of a timer, so welcome to devlog number 6. As it's abundantly clear now, I realize that demo day is quickly approaching, and personally, there's nothing like a hard deadline to quickly clarify my goals. So with the countdown looming over me, I decided to 1. Take back what I said earlier.
Flashback.
The next release will have a player model, along with a new demo level.
End of flashback.
Since I'm now on a clock, I decided to focus on the new level, and put the player model on the back burner for now. It'll be ready when it's ready. And 2, abandon the step warrior strategy and directly face the terrain head on. I spent the time to learn UE4's BSP system. Last week I was going about it the entirely wrong way. It's sort of like drawing a circle in paint. There's an easy way and a hard way, and I was doing things the hard way. Instead of editing individual vertices, it's much faster to just carve out big chunks using subtraction. So I blocked out a general layout of the next level pretty easily. Then, using the handy dandy export static mesh to FBX, I slapped what I had into Blender and got to work. I had a naive attempt at modeling the terrain by just extruding a plane, and I got to the point where I made the cliffs that'll surround the level, but that wasn't really panning out. I had to develop a technique to make the level. I tried out UE4's terrain tools, and it's nice. Real nice. Which is a problem. It's too nice. I don't think I've clarified this, but I'm going for a PSX aesthetic. Think low poly and low res unfiltered textures, nice and crispy. And UE4's terrain is not crispy. So once again I returned to Blender. I used its much slept on annotate tool to sketch out some basic contour lines for the level topography. And you know what sounds like topography? That's right, topology. I returned to extruding the plane, this time hyper intelligently. I slapped some edge loops along the lines I'd drawn, then I kinda messily filled in the space between them. Good topology is an art, and I will be the first to admit that I need a lot of work in it. But hey, I did it, and it worked. Next, I created a nice material so I could easily tell the elevation at a glance, especially from the top-down view. Finally, I slid around some vertices, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom! Got a nice shape for the level. After that, I did a quick little UV unwrapping, scaled it up, add crispium, and that's it for now. Bit of a cliffhanger for next week. Come back next time. Oh, what else? Oh yeah, I also got some footage of making a level prop. As you can see, it's a big arm. I just copied it from the base mesh I made in last week's video, rigged it up real quick. Now, why do I need a giant arm? Well, here's a little preview of what's coming up in next week's devlog. As you can see, I'm going to have giant arms holding up the large tube that you're going to have to traverse to get between levels. Now you see why I had all that geometry moving radially in the demo, because that's what's gonna be in the tube! And that's it for this week's devlog. There's bread coming up, and if you stick around for that, you'll see that I've begun the Ciabatta redemption arc. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please give me that there thumbs up, and if you want to follow along with Sick Transit's development, please subscribe. I also have a Twitter. You can follow me at dev_natsu. As you can see, I made a wee crane, and if you enjoyed the bread segments, I posted early on Twitter. Alright, cut the lo-fi beats. It's bread time. So after last week, I was absolutely mauling. I could not hold the L, and I was determined to step up my ciabatta game. So I've made 5 loaves this week, and here's the first one. As you can see, the temperature was a little too high. It got really, we'll say toasted. That's a bit of a euphemism. But it's got a nice development. However, it's a little too baguette-y, you know? It's second loaf. I dropped down the oven temp a bit, but again, I formed it still, so it kind of got that baguette appearance, which, you know, I don't want. Loaf number 3, and this is where, you know, I found my way. Loaf number 3, I just let it rest for a long time, just let it proof more, and I didn't form it, so it's really flat compared to the other 2 loaves. However, it has really good crumb. Like, you look in there, you see all those nice bubbles. It's good. It was a step in the right direction. So that's when I decided I was going to let them rest longer, but this time on a couche, which previously I haven't been using. And if we take a look at loaves number 4 and 5, you can see it's much better. I got a nice shape. It looks good, and cut into it. Take a look at the crumb. Yeah, looks good. It's much better. I think I improved a lot. You know, resting in the couche makes a big deal. I think I'm at like 70% hydration here. Anyways, I'm gonna try one more week of ciabatta. I'm gonna try a 80%, maybe even higher hydration. And then I'll make sourdough again, because it's been a while. I think I've only shown one sourdough on here, and that was in my first one, so I'm going back to sourdough. I like it. Nice big loaves. Anyways, yeah, you should make your own bread. It's really simple. The yeast in the air is free. That's what I use. I only use natural yeast, and it turns out great. It's delicious. It's good for you. You should make your own bread. Let's do it. Just do it. Make bread. This is the threat.